I just finished the primary effort for this session. We did 800-meter threshold pace, straight into 15 wall balls clean, 10 burpee broad jumps clean, 10 per side, sandbag walk and lunge, 200-foot farmer's carry with a 2-minute spin on this bike in between rounds. Did 3 rounds with a run and then a final round with just the strength component, with the movement component. So this is a mixed modal effort, threshold running, compromised running. The addition of this bike for the rest kept the heart rate from dropping too low. Normally my heart rate would drop all the way back to zone 1, but with the bike in it today, we kept it in zone 2 during the rest. And so it was interesting, if I look at the heart rate data post-session, is that this really mimicked the run decay that's experienced in the race. At least for me, what starts to happen is the longer I go, of course, the more my run decays, the higher my heart rate is in the run at the same pace. So it's really hard to bring it down after the stations. It's kind of hard to quantify the effect of the stations relative to your heart rate versus just doing straight running intervals. It's much easier to kind of predict how one is going to respond from threshold repeats just running versus just the overall systemic fatigue that comes from like a heavy sled or lunges, burpee broads. They're just way more taxing. So this was a phenomenal session. I really like that piece. Going to progress that as we roll into Phoenix. Took yesterday off with Christmas. Felt great. Awesome Christmas. And just excited to be back in the swing of things. Full force today. I'm going to show you a setting on the Concept 2 that's phenomenal for a session like this, where you're doing a set distance or time on the rower, and then you've got some other pieces like burpees or, I don't know, any sort of other movement you're doing before you come back to the rower. You don't want to reset the rower every time. You set the rest as undefined. Watch this. Hit select workout, new workout, intervals. See, I'm doing distance, go 500, whatever it is. Then when you get to the rest time and it's blinking, hit the plus. Undefined rest time, check. And then once you finish your 500 meters, you'll be able to go do your other movements, then come back to it, and then you just hit start, and then it'll be at the 500, and it'll track the whole thing as a full workout. So 250, no jump burpees, 8 rounds. Let's get it. $14.31. Big thing I was trying to do as I got into it was get onto the rower, get efficient. In my last race, I took way too long to settle into some clean rhythm and pulls. And yes, the rower is a quote-unquote recovery, but you don't want to dump 30 extra seconds because you're just not set up to be efficient. So I really liked using the force curve. Because I could tell coming straight in from the burpees, on a few of those rounds, my first, say, 8 to 10 pulls were just all over the place. Last 2-3 rounds, boom. Maybe one pull to set it up, and then just efficient, strong pulls with a good catch, good recovery, averaging like a 147 versus a 152 when I'm all over the place. So that adds up. So yesterday, no, 2 days ago, I signed up for, officially registered for Bataan and the Border Beast Battle, which I have some videos on this channel, which is pretty cool. I was actually watching old YouTube videos that I've published as I was just kind of thinking about growing this channel and really doubling down on YouTube. And it made me want to hit another strongman competition. I'm like 225 right now, so competing in the 220 class, which will be crazy because I'll be like 55, 60 pounds lighter this year than I was 2 years ago in the competition. So I'll document that. I mean, the big push right now is the coming up on 5 weeks out from Phoenix HYROX, and then we'll have the Border Beast Battle, and then we'll have Bataan. So those two will be back-to-back weekends. But I'm feeling really good for Bataan. I don't think I really need to train a whole lot other than putting in a couple of long mileage sessions, and then continuing to train hard with the running and the mixed modal work. I feel like that's prepping me really well for that. Definitely going to be touching some strength work leading into the Border Beast Battle, mainly overhead pressing and some deadlifts. Everything else I should be solid on. There's stones, so I'm going to work stone technique. I think my strength will be there. We'll see. Conditioning base is really wide right now, way wider than it ever has been. So I should be able to layer some good strength work in. But yeah, follow along. If you're a father or you want to be a father someday, you want to prep for it, the school community that I have, Fullstrength Fathers, freaking awesome. Building that out this year and beyond as a place for us to gather and really talk about training, talk about fatherhood and being the best we can be. And the link's in the description, so go check that out. See you on the flip side.